Hey guys, welcome back. So to continue our fun with widgets, we're actually going to now create a pause menu. So I'm going to right click and we're going to create another widget blueprint called pause menu. So when we're playing along and mum calls us for dinner, etc., we can press the P key or whatever key you want to set it on, obviously one that we haven't used previously, and it will pause the game for us so that a tiger doesn't eat us or we don't fall on one of the spinny shuriken traps that we've made, all those different things there. So first things, we've opened up our widget. I'm going to add a border in. I'm going to make this border take up all of the space. And there we go. I'm actually going to center it with that, so that's good. So that's taking up the space there. Going down, I want to mess with the color of this a little bit. So I want it to go to be appearance just here, brush color. So I want to be like a gray color, but I want to have some opacity so we can still see through that grey colour, if that makes sense. So you can kind of see there, that grey colour that we can still see through. So you'll still be able to see what's happening behind it, but you'll still be able to get these two different buttons. So I think that will look quite good. So we've got that there now. What we're going to do is add our horizontal buttons in again. Horizontal box, not buttons. You can see there that that's actually gone to the border, and we actually wanted to go to the canvas panel, so we'll drag those in. We're going to delete them. Alright, so that's going to let us do that, and then move that around and open up. So if my memory is correct, and I'm getting old, so I do forget things, I'm pretty sure we had that 500 by 140 was the size of that, and then we can move that around into the center a little bit more, and we can set our anchor to be centered. So what I'm going to do is, and I just moved the background, I can't believe I keep doing that. Let's move that a little bit more there. So you see I've trying to line up those dots with the center of that, and I'll line up the next one with the bottom part so we have a little bit of a gap. Actually, we've got so many good squares I need to follow, I might do that. Alright, now we're going to right click on that and go duplicate. We've got our other one that we can add down here, and I'm pretty happy with that. Cool. So we've got our two different horizontal boxes set up for where we're going to put our buttons. So now we're going to add our buttons to these, just like that. And remembering we can click on these buttons and then just go to fill. And we will fill that one as well. Alright, so we're going to quickly hold shift. No, we're not. We're going to hold control. So we've got both buttons selected, and we're going to set our color again. Where are we? There we go. Color and opacity. We need background color. And we'll try to find that nice green color again, just like that. And I'm happy with how that looks. So now we're going to make this a bit smaller again. We are going to have to go to our main menu. In reality, if I didn't have to make this video and I had a bit more time on my hands, I would make one of these that said resume, and one that said back to main menu. But for the efforts of today, these ones are going to be fine. What we're going to do first, so we're going to have to, again, I don't know whether I'll speed this up or not, but we're going to be messing around with this again. Actually, probably be way easier if I checked what I had it on last time, but I think I can remember. Pretty sure that was it. And then we can mess with the where they actually are and make them a bit more centered. Cool. And now we're going to mess with the quit one again. Make sure that was like 12 by, definitely wasn't 12, I think it was 8. Definitely wasn't 8, it's 5. Cool. And then needing to use this pivot tool. So just again, clicking on those arrows and then moving it around like that. 5 by 10. Sweet, that looks way better. And then we can pivot a little bit more to get it perfect. Cool. Want to make sure that I'm happy with it. Alright, brilliant. So now what we're going to have to be working with is setting up the actual coding for these buttons. So what we're going to do is click on our button there, so our play button, go down to on click, and let's make something happen. So first thing we need to do is get our mouse cursor, so we actually got some kind of control of what we can click on. Remember, we're going to need to remove context sensitive for that. Get player controller. We need to make sure we have that as our target. And then we need to set game paused. Tick that box, guys. And then finally, we are going to remove from parent. Sweet. All right. Compile, save. Everything should be perfect there. All right, next one. So we've done our play button. Let's do our quit button. So again, on click, go down here. And we're actually going to want to open a level. So in lots of games, you don't just have, you press quit on the pause menu and it takes you all the way out of the game. It'll generally take you back to the main menu. So what we're going to do is open level. Underscore menu. Cool. And that's what we're going to do for that. So now we've got something that is, make sure we click on that. Compile, save. That was almost bad. The other thing we haven't actually done is we're going to need to go back and set up a button for pausing in our level blueprint.
And we're going to go ahead and have that happen.
So,
it's basically going to
pause. Okay, so now we've done that. We're going to have to compile, save. I think I've done that already a few times. And then we're actually going to have to mess with our player character for a second. So if I go to blueprints, we'll open up our 2D side scroller. And yeah, so there's our R. I'm going to quickly jump over here where there's not much going on. So if I right click over here and I'm going to type in P, it's going to give us millions of things. It might have actually been easier if I go to keyboard. Come on, where are you? K. I'll try typing it in. There we go. And what are we going to use? P for pause, I guess. P for pause. So when P is pressed, we are going to create widget. The widget that we're going to create is our pause menu. I have not given myself enough space at all. And then from that, we need to add this to our viewport. Okay, and then we need to get our mouse cursor. Set mouse. Again, got to turn off context sensitive, so we need to actually do that, and we need to give the player control. Get player controller, just like we've done all these other times. So show mouse cursor, done that, and that, compile, save, let's test this bad boy out. So essentially, when I'm playing, press P, and it should bring up my pause menu. So we can test that. Ooh, apparently we're still doing a brush operation. I don't know what that is. Which it will be in our widgets. Compile, save, exit that, play. Alright, and I'm going to have to take a second to figure this out.
2 hours later.
Okay, so simply after getting out and then, well, closing the program and opening it back up, because the only brush program that, the only brush tool that I used was on the widget, so obviously the program was getting a little bit confused, so sometimes saving your stuff and then closing it and opening it back up will work. So now let's check that programming has worked. So if I press play, we have a menu just there. So I'm going to play, I'm going to walk along, get my health back, press P for pause, and then I can keep playing. And it has completely stopped. So I wonder why that has done that. Let's have a double check. So going into our pause menu, remove from parent, open level. So on clicked, show mouse cursor, set game paused, remove it from the viewport. Okay, so with a little bit more playing, as you saw before, it was making it so that it wasn't unpausing. So I found my mistake there, and I had set game pause there ticked, so that way it wouldn't unpause once we pressed the button. So I also went through and added a do once icon. I didn't actually have to do this, I don't think, but I thought, well, if you keep pressing P, why won't it keep creating pause menus? So do once, have it go all the way through, and then back to there. So now when I press play there, move around, get my health, press P, and then go back and press play, and I'm back into the game. And press P, quit, takes us to our main menu, press quit again, and I'm out. So as always, I'm definitely not perfect. Made a couple of big errors here, so in terms of getting that done like that, as well as unticking that box there. So hope this has helped. Hope you guys weren't too frustrated. It's one of those things that you may have to watch my whole tutorial to get through to the bug fixing stage, and then we'll get it right together at the end there. So hopefully you've learned a lot, and thank you for watching.